Everybody, welcome back to the Move Plus. We are talking about stage 17 of the Vuelta España, potentially the most eventful stage of a Grand Tour where no GC positions actually changed in the top four places. But Primož Roglič wins the stage on top of one of the hardest climbs in professional cycling. But the big story of the day is race leader Sepp Kuss was seemingly attacked by Jonas Vingegaard and Primož Roglič. Lost time, but not enough times. Is still in the GC lead by 8 seconds. Salvaged what could have been a really bad situation for him. I have no words to describe what potentially the plan could have been, except the fact that Jumbo is an all-out war. I want to get Johan's take on this. First, we will hear from our sponsor.
Hey, it's JB. I hope you're enjoying the Move Plus with Johan and Spencer, a great addition to our lineup. And I want to take a second to tell you about our partners at Manscaped. Now, if you know Lance's story, it's a no-brainer and completely makes sense why we would partner with Manscaped to help support testicular cancer awareness. Now, you may know this or not, but April is actually Testicular Cancer Awareness Month. But that does not stop Manscaped from spreading awareness year-round. With the launch of their special edition Lawnmower 4.0 Purple Trimmer, Manscaped will be donating another $25,000 to their longtime partner at the Testicular Cancer Society to help those impacted by testicular cancer. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code THEMOVE, that's just one word, at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code THEMOVE at manscaped.com. Your balls will thank you.
All right, Johan, what are your initial thoughts on this? Because from the outside, it looks like Jumbo, there's no master plan. Like, no one has control of the team. The riders are making the decisions, and they've decided, let's attack Sepp Kuss and try to win this race for ourselves. Is that what's going on here?
Well, I mean, it's actually very, very strange. You know, you have, on the one hand, you have this team that is dominating the race. They're first, second, and third in GC, first, second, and third in certain stages. They've now won 5 stages. So you have to say, okay, this is amazing. And then on the other hand, you can say it's the Jumbo-Visma shit show. You know, it is. Yeah. It's incredible, and that's what I don't understand. I mean, I'm not going to say today that they attacked Sepp Kuss. You know, I think they had a clear goal that Roglič was going to try to win the stage, which, you know, we kind of anticipated yesterday because, you know, he's in third position. If he gets 20 seconds, 30 seconds, okay, he wins the stage and everything stays the same. When first Roglič attacked, then the other guys got dropped. Vingegaard and Sepp Kuss came back, so there were 3 guys together. And then at some point, when you see, as we see here behind on my screen, and also I have a better picture here of the moment that Sepp Kuss actually can't follow anymore, those 2 riders, then it's chaos. And you can clearly see they don't know what to do. Here we can clearly see Roglič is looking behind when Sepp Kuss gets dropped. Apparently, there was no communication. It is very possible that the communication was in that area. There is no service, no connection. So I believe very well that from the car there was no images and they didn't really know what was going on. But man, hey, these guys are professionals already for a few years. You are first, second, and third. You have the red jersey. You're with 3 guys in front, and the red jersey gets dropped. You wait. I mean, you wait always.
Well, especially when you've dropped the red jersey. It's not like he got dropped from a group of favorites. It was just them. There was no need to drop him whatsoever.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, it's this show is going to be a rant on Jumbo-Visma, right? And I think it's a shame. It's a shame, really, because they're doing so amazing. But man, I cannot understand. And you know, we can criticize Roglič, we can criticize Vingegaard. You know, I mean, I personally think they are the last ones to be criticized because for me, what really fails here is that there is no captain on this ship. You know, there must be somebody who says, "Hey guys, look, this is the way it goes. You know, this is what we are. We are in this situation. We are going to win the third Grand Tour. There's a guy in red who, by the way, Mr. Roglič, helped you win the Giro. By the way, Mr. Vingegaard, helped you win this year's and last year's Tour de France. Little detail, today is his birthday. Mr. Vingegaard, you were so happy that you can win a stage on the birthday of your daughter. I mean, do I need to say more?
Well, and this this exact climb.
This is the guy. Yeah, this is the guy that we need to win the Vuelta. And if you look at their whole season, they're going to win the 3 Grand Tours. What nicer story can be written than one rider wins the Giro, another rider wins the Tour, and another rider wins the Vuelta. And on top of that, that rider who wins the Vuelta has helped both of you guys, I mean, listen, I'm just saying this from the outside. I don't know what's going on in the team, but independently of that, there is no clear instruction. There's no clear direction. And I really hope, Spencer, that tomorrow is the last hard mountain stage, that they realize this and that they say, hey, you know what? And on top of that, Spencer, they can score. I mean, this is top sport, okay? Elite sport. The best guy should win. But Sepp Kuss is not being given any presents. Let's not forget this guy is doing his 3rd Grand Tour. He's turned himself inside out for the team and for these 2 guys especially. If Sepp Kuss tomorrow loses the jersey and doesn't win the Vuelta, and he is not super, super pissed off with these guys, then there's something wrong with him.
I mean,
because this is not normal.
He had a little interview with Alberto Contador in kind of choppy English after the stage. They probably just should have done it in Spanish, but you could tell he was holding back some. He was saying one thing, saying another, is what Sean Kelly described it as. And then they started speaking in Spanish right away, right when the camera cut away. And it's like, man, I would love to know what that Spanish conversation was, because I bet it was a little bit of frustration expressed. I mean, if we break down like the minutia of the final 2K. So Primož attacks when Bahrain, impressive ride from Bahrain, by the way. Wout Poels, really, really good work for Landa. Primož Roglič accelerates. You don't really say attack because the climb is so steep. He goes away. And we talked about it, I think, yesterday. The Jumbo's strategy is the 3rd rider in GC gets to attack because they're less of a threat to Kuss, and it puts pressure on the others. The original sin, in my opinion, is then Jonas Vingegaard's decision to chase him down. There's no need to do that whatsoever. Like, stay with Sepp Kuss. And I'm old enough to remember, Johan, when you didn't attack your teammate in a race lead, right? Like, do you recall this rule that's been around in cycling for a long time?
I mean, it's not just attacking, but already, Spencer, look, another thing that really comes to my attention, yesterday, Jonas attacks, probably gets more of a gap than they would have thought because of the passiveness.
Yeah, they could not have foreseen that.
Right. So he gets to the finish. Yes, okay, he wanted to win for Van Hooijdonk, but there is hardly any celebration. Today, Primož Roglič passes the finish line with Jonas Vingegaard in the wheel, as we see here on the picture. There is no celebration. It's like, hey, you win a stage, your 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and there is no, happy celebration. It's like, I won the stage, but shit, what did I do? Because Primož knows he's not going to win the Vuelta at this point, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't sound like that in his post-race interview. I mean, it sounded like he wants to turn the screws on these 2 guys, but they've committed. It's like they've committed a sin. They've committed not patricide, but like teammates side, where they're winning these stages, but they know it's not quite right. And like, let's just say whatever, strongest rider should win, or no gifts. It looks bad. Just if we're stripping everything away, the optics of those guys pacing away from Sepp Kuss, who's radioing. I don't believe that he said, "Go guys, go."
Well, I mean, that's what Then they put out a press release that Sepp Kuss said, "Go guys." I think in that situation, he probably rather said, "Oh guys, I'm getting dropped."
Yeah,
I think it was telling. Also, I mean, why did Jonas have to go with Primož? Why couldn't he drop back for Sepp Kuss? It's because he wants to win too.
Yeah,
he wants to win.
The answer is that he wants to win this race. He didn't need to bridge up to Roglič.
But then, Spencer, then after the race, Jonas says, yeah, I would love for Sepp Kuss to win this race. Hey, listen, Jonas, it's very simple. Tomorrow you stay with Sepp Kuss. It's as easy as that, On the last climb, it doesn't matter. We have won 5 stages. Who cares if we win another stage? Normally tomorrow, it's probably a stage which is very appropriate for a breakaway. And on the last climb, they're the 3 strongest guys. Just stay with Sepp Kuss. Who cares? I mean, the 4th rider is 4 minutes down. 4 minutes. So it's very easy for them. If they want Sepp Kuss to win, Sepp Kuss wins this Vuelta. It's not complicated.
Yeah, there's no more talk of we're solidifying our top 3. We're just trying to get distance on Ayuso. He's gone. He's not coming back. Like nothing.
So in my opinion, Spencer, what needs to happen is, and it should have happened already before, but it's still doable. There needs to be a strong message, strong, clear instructions from, I would guess, the team management, probably rather than the team directors. Because I personally think the team directors, they have no authority. I mean, you can say whatever you want. Utmost respect for Grisha Nierman and whoever's there, Frans Maassen, I don't know who else is there. Mark Reef, I don't know the guy. But man, somebody needs to say what needs to happen. You are, right now, they're in a position, they can predict the script. They can say, this is the script and this is what's going to happen. And they're not doing it. And a part of winning the race, you know how much goodwill, sympathy points they would score if these 2 top because let's not forget, Jonas and Primož are 2 of the 3 best stage races in the world. That there's no discussion about that. And the 3rd one is Pogačar, and he's not here. So it's not that complicated, right?
I mean, if let's just I agree that they should just sky train it tomorrow. Sepp Kuss wins the race. I think Jonas is going for it. I think he's going to attack Sepp. I think the only way Sepp can hold on to this, he has to attack them before they attack him, and then put them in the incredibly awkward position of chasing him down.
It's a lot more simple. They don't attack.
I
do not attack. I mean, why would you attack, Spencer? There's going to be a breakaway already. The stage win is going to be gone. Do not attack.
Jonas
you stay with your leader. If you are in the leader's jersey, you stay with the leader, unless there are clear instructions. Hey, this guy needs to win. Okay, that then I can say, okay, that's. But at this point, they are going to get. I mean, not that they care, and whatever we see and read, it's all social media, and of course, everybody is pro Sepp Kuss. I mean. He's done so much for the team, not just this year, year after year after year. And everybody wants him to see win, right? It would be amazing for them. It's, they are in the position to write a fairy tale story of this whole season. And if they don't, if tomorrow one of those 2 guys doesn't stay with Sepp Kuss and keeps him in red, that's not a fairy tale story anymore. That's just that. Then it's still amazing, and it's. They're the best team. There's no discussion. They have the best riders, but it's not the nicest story.
Well, they're in a position
to write a nice story right now.
They're not seeing the whole chessboard, because Jonas is if we're not, let's not beat around the bush. He's not well liked, especially in France. Like, people do not like this guy. They don't like the dominance that he's won 2 tours. And I think they sense another Froome era coming up where this robotic rider just comes in and dominates. If he wins this Vuelta the way he's riding now, can you imagine showing up to the Tour next year? How unpopular he's going to be?
Well, I have not really anything to say to that, because we've been in the same situation. So,
but you guys weren't sending Lance to beat up on his teammates at the Vuelta.
Yeah, but that was not their initial plan either, Spencer. Their initial plan was to go and try to win either with Primož or with Jonas. Initially, I don't think, as far as the team management concerned, Sepp was not part of that plan. He was, although, part of the plan of Primož Roglič, because Primož said before the Vuelta, hey, Sepp Kuss can also win. I still remember these words.
Maybe he was just expressing a fear.
Maybe. But listen, we can sit here and rant, and maybe tomorrow they just do what I think they should do, and end good, all good, But yeah, man, it's not looking. I mean, I just crossed my fingers that Sepp Kuss can win. I still believe he can win.
Well, it's an interesting the fun part about this is that Kuss is still in the race lead, so it's not over. And we kind of get to see tomorrow's the test. If they ride for him, then this was all a bit of just they weren't thinking in the heat of the moment.
Listen, there is no test tomorrow. It's very simple. They're 1, 2, and 3 in GC. Breakaway or no breakaway, whoever attacks on that last climb, whether it's Enric Mas or Ayuso or Landa or
Jonas,
nobody cares. Nobody cares. Let them go get their stage win. We won 5 stages already. We stay with our leader and we bring him to the finish. Whether we lose a minute or a minute and a half on Ayuso, we don't care. He's 4 minutes down. How simple can it be? These guys in the car at Jumbo-Visma need to wake up and do what they have to do and give clear instructions. At least that's how I see it. Sorry if I get, a little bit over my, but it's.
I agree with you. I think you're speaking logic. I just don't know if that's what's going to happen.
Well, it's their decision. It's their decision.
The thing that concerns me is Roglič has this quote that's ringing in my head. He's like, I want to see Sepp win, but I told him you're going to have to keep fighting. And this was after the stage today. It's like, what do you mean keep fighting? What threat is coming except for you guys? Like it's
bullshit.
Crazy
it's bullshit.
Town. It is. It almost felt like kind of a jerk older brother, like being mean to his little brother. You're like, what do we do? Why are you doing this to Sepp Kuss, who you need next year to work for you? That's the craziest part about all of this.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Johan. Do you have any other thoughts to share before we go? I'm excited we get to come back.
No, I had a lot more, but we're gonna keep it as this. I think this is the highlight of probably the last 2 days, I would say, but especially today. That was like, I can't get my head around it. Anyways, only them know what's going on within the team, and let's just hope that logic and common sense and sympathy towards the most loyal teammate they can imagine prevails.
I hope we're back on this tomorrow talking about how Sepp Kuss has this locked up, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. Thanks for sharing your thoughts, and we will talk to everyone tomorrow.